kicking off in just a moment. Everyone get settled in. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a good time. We're getting started here. I think we're having some drop frames. I'm not sure. Let me guys know how the stream's doing. We might have to nix it and restart. I'm just going to check to see how things are going on your end before I make any executive calls. Is my CPU only using 4%? Yo, Autumn, how's it going? We are full tilt, guys. Ready to go. Now I think we might have to do just one. Music's too loud. Let's bring it right down. There we go. Okay. How's everyone doing? We're live with the call-in show. We've already had a few people call in before the show even started. So I can only imagine that we're going to have people flood in later. That's way better? Perfect. We just want a little bit of background music. We don't want it to be too loud for you guys. Friday Eve, can't complain. That's right, man. I'm excited for this week to come to an end. I've been putting in a lot of work to have this thing come together. But how's the quality of the stream? How are things looking on your end? How are you guys liking it? How's the music? How's the background? Everything I think looks pretty solid. People are flowing in on the chat. Love it. Looks good. Groovy. Awesome. That's exactly what I like to hear. I'm in my big, comfy chair. I'm chilling out super hard. I'm getting paid to do this right now, which is the best part. Just straight up talking to people, chilling out. And also, guys, feel free to call in. Our question today for the call-in is, have you ever gotten so high you freaked out? Which is something that I've definitely done before. There was one time I ate a bunch of weed oil. I had to do this shoot, and we were supposed to just be using CBD oil. Bro, how dial number? I think you're missing words in there. Imagine being paid. It's a pretty sweet thing. Okay, Lorena's calling in. We got a call coming in right now, guys. We're going to take this. Is this Lorena? Hey, dude. You're on the Sesh. How's it going?
Going great, man.
That's good, man. What'd you get up to today?
Fucking work.
Just work. What do you do for work, man?
Honestly, I'm a computer programmer, so basically just typing zeros and ones, man.
Just zeros and ones. Is that an exciting job, or do you not like it at all?
I like when I get to work on my own stuff, not when people tell me to work on shit.
What do you have to work on?
Basically, we're just doing some revamps of some code for restaurant software.
All right. Well, Lorena, we got a question. Have you ever gotten so high you freaked out?
Oh, yes.
Yeah? You've gone so high you freaked out before. Tell us about this. Tell us about your high freak out.
So, first experience with dabs ever.
First experience with dabs ever. Please continue.
Yeah. So, they pull out this, glass contraption and break out some shit like this fine little, resin and some a bobby pin, basically, to stir it around the rim. And I'm just like, what the hell did I just get into? And, so they pass it around, and so, I'm like, oh, yeah, I've smoked a lot before, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to take it like a champ. And so I freaking take a big hit, and I'll hold it all the way until it comes back around, and they look at me like, are you holding that? I'm like,
You're holding in the smoke the entire time that you've taken this dab.
Yeah, oh, yeah, and I thrashed my fucking lungs. So it came back to me, and they're like, dude, you're not supposed to hold it in. And I'm like, shit. And so I let it all out, and I took another one. It goes way better than the first one. And then,
okay, hold on. This is your first time doing dabs. First time ever. And you decide you're going to hold in the dab. And then you rip it, and then it comes back around. You go for the second one right away.
Oh, you got to, man.
Okay.
You got to. I wasn't going to look like some chump.
I love this. Okay, so what happens when you hit the second dab?
So I'm like, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. And then somebody pulls out a steamroller, and I'm like, cool. This is something I'm way more comfortable with. And I'm like, just and so I'm
Hold
like, they
on.
start passing that around, and I don't. It doesn't even come back to me. And
Explain
I'm
to
like,
the explain to
what?
the audience what a steamroller is for a sec.
Basically just a long tube. Keep your hand on one side, and you bowls at the top,
Almost like a
and then
hookah.
you just almost kind of like a hookah, but vertical
Okay.
or horizontal. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. And so, and so I didn't even get to take a hit of it because at that point I'm like, what the hell just happened to me? I just got like this melting feeling in my body, and like I had like an out of body experience. I'm like, I just need to sit on my bed for a second, and so I go out and I sit on my bed, and like then I just melt into the bed, and like I can hear everything going on around me, but I can't move, and so I'm like, this is like some sleep paralysis shit, and like
So
I'm like,
you got so high you got paralyzed,
oh hell yeah,
and you could hear shit. And now
oh yeah,
what's the next step of what happened?
well, the next step of what happens is everyone's still at my house because it's like I'm throwing like the get together or whatever, and someone's like, "Shit, we need to get iHeartRadio on." And I literally feel this guy like run in and like flying squirrel jump onto the bed because I'm like just on the bed. He's like, "Don't, are you with me? Are you with me?" I'm like, "I'm here." They're like, "Oh my god, he can talk," and I can talk, I can conversate, I just can't move.
So you physically, it wasn't like, oh, I can't move, like I'm too high. You physically couldn't move.
I physically could not move. I was like melted. I was one with the bed, and like it was that was some. I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever be able to get up. I don't know.
That is wild. Okay, so how long were you stuck in this paralysis for?
I mean, until I fell asleep. My girl, she pissed at me. She's like, "You left me with all your friends," like, and I had to like host and make sure like there was pizza and shit. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I couldn't control it. Like, I was glued to the bed. I could not move.
That is wild. So this was at your house.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So so you're frozen. How many people are at your house when this happens?
Oh god, I had like 10, 15 people there. Like there was people that were filtering in and out. I'm like, oh, that person showed up, but I couldn't actually say that because I was melted in the bed. And somebody like came in and like, yeah, this is where he is on the bed. And they're like, oh, hey, how you doing? And then it would take me like a minute to respond. It was that big of a delay. I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm like, you gonna come on out there? I'm like, I can't, dude.
That's amazing, man. Dude, well, thank you very much for coming on and sharing your story, dude. I hope you have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Appreciate it.
No problem. Take it easy. That's our very first caller of the sesh, guys. How is the stream going? I feel like we're getting dropped frames, so you guys are getting maybe a little bit behind me. I don't know what's happening and why that's happening. But it is happening. Now, how to fix this? I'm looking at the bit rate. We might have to go offline, come back online. I'll fix the bit rate quick. People are saying the sound is great. I love it. I love it. As long as it's flowing good, sound is great, image is good. I'm chilling here in my endless background that never stops sucking me in. Big fan of that. Big fan of that. Oh, and Brad Conchi's here. Conchi. Sorry, fucked your last name up, dude. That's so rude of me. Brad also works for Herb. Thinking about getting so high you're melting into the couch. See, I don't know how people just function like that. Because anytime I get in a situation like that where I'm so unbelievably high, I don't just melt into the couch. Oh, we got another caller. All right, South Dakota. Hello, you're on the Sesh. Shit. What's up?
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Autumn.
You're Autumn. How's it going, Autumn?
Good. I've just been sitting around the house all day.
All right, Autumn, I'm going to come at you with pure honesty here. I don't think you're over 18.
I don't think I'm over 18 either.
Totally fine, but I can't take you as a caller. We're talking about drugs. We're talking about wild stuff. Thank you for calling in, though.
I'm staying on the stream. You can't stop me.
You can stay on the stream. I can't control that.
Yeah.
But I can't talk to you any longer on the phone. You have a good one, Autumn.
Okay, thank you.
Bye. That's one of the rules, guys. We're talking about drugs. We're talking about getting high. We can't have people call in who aren't of legal marijuana consuming age. It's just the facts. It's just the facts. Beverly saying I had 3 tabs of LSD, still cooked dinner. We got a call coming in from New York. Hello, you're on the Sesh.
Hello.
Hello, who's this?
Hi, I'm Avi.
Avi, how's your day going?
Pretty good. I'm actually at work right now, but hey, I'm with the live too.
You're with the live. I like it. What do you do for work?
I work with mentally disabled adults.
You work with what?
Mentally disabled adults.
Okay. And do you do drugs?
What happened?
Oh, I said, and do you do drugs?
Oh, of course.
And do you have a drug of choice that you like to go to? Have you ever been too high on any substance?
Yeah, I was too high off acid once. It was like really bad.
You were too high off
Really
acid.
bad.
You want to tell us about this?
Honestly, so it was my first time taking it, and they told me to take 1, but I was like, nah, like, I'm an OG, so I took 2 tabs for my very first time.
You took 2 tabs your first time doing acid.
Yeah, I was tripping balls. Please, guys, don't take 2 tabs for your first time.
No, you absolutely should not take 2 tabs. What happened? Explain to me the high. Let's get into a little bit of detail here.
Honestly, I was getting so overwhelmed. Like, I had a sweater on, and I could not breathe at all. So, like, I started, like, stripping. And I was like, oh, my God, I can't breathe. This was when I was, reaching the peak point. And I was just, I had to stay inside. Like, going outside was too much. And, like, usually when you take acid, you're supposed to go outside. But no. Nope, I stayed inside.
So you stayed inside your house.
It kind of, like, died down.
You refused to go outside, and you were
Yeah, I did.
freaking out because you feel like you couldn't breathe. Did you start to hallucinate? Did you start to see things?
Yeah, I did start hallucinating. Like, everything was kind of, like, spinning, but then it calmed down. Like, after I hit the peak, it calmed down, and then I was just chilling, and I was just watching all the visualizations and the patterns.
It's a pretty good time. Did you have any sort of mind-altering experience? Did you have something happen that was, like, life-changing? Did you become a new person after this?
No, I was, like, stuck in the bathroom just watching the toilet paper move around, honestly. That was the most life-changing thing ever.
You just stared at toilet paper.
Yeah, like, so you know how sometimes toilet papers have, like, little dots over, like, or a little pattern on it? I started staring at it, and then, like, the pattern started moving. It was like a diamond pattern, and the diamond started moving, and I was like, what the hell is going on?
That, honestly, I get the vibe. I get the vibe big time. When I do acid, I get really into tile floors. I love to look at the tiles and, like, the different sort of, like, smudges on them. That's the shit for me.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was, like, really, like, someone had a knock on the back and be like, are you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm just staring at the tile. I'm like, oh.
You were like, yeah, I am absolutely good. I am absolutely good. That's dope, dude. Good for you. Taking tabs acid your first time out. I would never do that. I'm very specific with the amount of psychedelics I take. If I do too much edibles, I get into a space where I get paranoid and I think that people can read my thoughts. So I think I'm normally on the edge of insanity. So if I went too far with the psychedelics, maybe I'd never come back. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad I did come back, better than ever. But yeah, don't do 2 tabs because that was not as fun as I thought it was.
Were you a new person afterwards?
No, I fell into my old ways. So I sometimes get into depression mode. So I kind of got like really stressed after it, and I was like, oh God, yikes.
Usually it's the opposite. Usually people say it cures their depression.
Well,
That's
I
interesting.
also surrounded myself with a person at the time that really wasn't good for my mental either. So like, I probably had some play into it.
That could have been it. They were pushing you in the wrong direction. It wasn't the drugs. You should have done more drugs, less of that person.
Oh my God, I totally forgot to mention this too. On top of me taking the 2 tabs for my very first time, I took 5 gummy edibles, and I also was smoking. So
You took 5 gummy edibles,
yeah, they're like
and
little candies.
holy shit. That's
Yeah,
wild.
I
I'm
know.
surprised you survived that.
Yeah, me too. I really wanted to go to bed. I couldn't. I really couldn't.
Hey, but thank you for calling in. I appreciate it. Feel free to call in another time.
Sure. I definitely will.
All right, you have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Bye. That's a wild story. See, I never have that kind of confidence with any sort of psychedelics or any sort of drugs, edibles, that kind of stuff, to push it to the point where you're like, I'm taking a random dose, mixing edibles and acid on like the first go. I could never do something like that. I like to be pretty controlled with. I love to take drugs, but I like to be controlled. That's my flow. That's what I like to do. Some people are heading out, going to grab food. Love it. You dig this format. Me too, honestly. This format's solid. This format's great. We're live in several different places. We're still apparently getting dropped frames, which I think means you guys are just a little bit behind where I am. But we'll fix that down the line. Could be my internet. Could be a lot of things. This is the first go at this. So we got to figure it out. Got to figure it all out. You got to decide which story. Yeah, you guys want to come in with like a good, clear, concise story. I mean, you don't have to. You can come on and just shoot the shit. I am not a... Oh. We got a bunch of different people coming in on the Facebook, too. Is the Facebook chat separate? It is. Now I got to get the Facebook chat up. Okay. See, we're learning everything. Some people are saying that they don't hear any music. Oh, that's some old Convo stuff. Okay, now we got the Facebook chat up. I'm learning new shit all the time over here, guys. I'm staying up with everything. Trolling, tripping, and rolling at the same time. It was the shiznit back in the late 90s. I would have loved to do drugs back in their heyday. Back when, like, drugs were... Because now you do drugs, everything's, like, cut, or it's, like, too perfect. There's not that random element to everything. You used to be able to just do crazy drugs. Like, imagine doing cocaine in the 80s. That would have been a mind-altering, life-changing experience. That is gone now. My mom told me that she would go to parties in the 80s and that everyone owned a glass table and there would just be cocaine on the table. And that's just how it was. That was, if you didn't have that, it was a bad party. It was a bad party. Now, I don't know if my mom ever did cocaine. She definitely smoked weed, and I think she does mushrooms now, which is kind of cool. People were talking about the Russian roulette of drugs. See, that's what I'm talking about. I don't want to be messing around with that Russian roulette stuff. Give me the clean stuff. Discuss CBG, people are saying. If you guys don't know, CBG. Oh, you guys can't hear the music. Hold on. Let me fix that right now. Let's bring this up. There we go. Can you guys hear a little background music now? Okay, CBG. Oh, we got a call coming in from Washington. Hello, you're on the Sesh. Who's this?
Hello?
Hello. Who's this?
Hi. This is Lovely. How are you today?
This is Lovely. I'm doing great, Lovely. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from the Seattle, Washington area.
That's amazing. You guys have a great drug palette over there. I grew up on the West Coast. Not in Seattle.
Yes,
I'm from
yes.
BC. You guys are killing it.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yes. Well, currently I only participate in plant-based medicine and an occasional psychedelic like acid. It's been a long time since I've done anything like Molly or, anything, like that. But I've done pretty much everything. And I actually wanted to share a story about a DMT trip just because it felt so like shift altering for me. And perhaps it could, make a difference in somebody else's life. So I had done DMT a few times, and I was at a place in my life where I felt like I really needed a big, something needed to change, but I didn't know what it was, and I just felt really confused and frustrated, and I was trying to do whatever was right, and I just still felt it. And I actually went to my shaman, and we sat there, and he said, okay, sit back. He said, take a deep breath, and then hit the bong as hard as you can. Just take, like it's your last breath. And so I did, which was really scary because it was kind of always scary for me in the first place. But I always get kind of like this, I can't breathe. I'm like scared. I'm going to die. I'm alone, and I got to get into my body and really kind of feel it and feel where it's taken me, energetically, spiritually, whatever, or hallucinogenically. And at that moment, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to die. I'm like, this is crazy. At that moment, felt like I felt and heard like I could sense every being throughout eternity coming together in harmony around me and holding me and telling me that I was okay, that I was loved, that I was never alone, that they were always with me. And then it shifted, and I had these light beings come in, they were movers, like a U-Haul mover. They come in and take all your stuff out. They're more like light beings, though, and I could hear them talking and saying that toxic in, toxic out. Do not keep this crap within you. Physically, emotionally, spiritually, anything. If something is shared with us, or we experience something that is a negative thing or is toxic to our bodies or to our spirits, that we should be flushing that out immediately, just like daily, like our bodies do with food and toxins that we, that we take in and digest. So applying that to the rest of the aspects of my life, I think that was more meant to be. Keeping memories, sad or negative memories, or looking at those memories like there's something wrong with them or something wrong with me, kind of thing. And in the experience too, I think one of the funniest parts was one of the light beings was grumbling under his breath, like, "Oh my God, what the fuck? Why does this keep all this bullshit in here all the time?" Moving stuff. So it was a really great experience.
That is
this hoarding ass bitch, just trying to keep all this toxic shit in her body and in my mind and spirit. Yeah. So it's important to grow and to live in a way that we're in harmony with the rest of the world. Just like, I felt that moment. It's important that we clear the toxins from us, or we're walking in that toxicity. We're carrying it with us, literally.
That is an absolutely incredible story. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's I did
You're
DMT
welcome.
once, and I didn't have as nearly as intense of an experience that you had. I had more I don't think I hit it right. I let you're supposed to hold it in. I didn't hold it in. I saw this lady and she was kind of beckoning me into the high, and I gripped onto my chair and I was like, absolutely not. We're not going over there. I was so freaked out.
Oh, yeah.
But I like
how...
Yeah,
it's a pretty freaky one. It's a pretty freaky one, it is.
It's very intense, and you don't know what's going to happen. I do like how they kind of made fun of you, because I've heard that they're very playful when you do these like crazy DMT highs. You meet these like creatures or these spirit things that are like they like to joke around.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But in the beginning, like, it was like I needed that love and that support, and I got that. And then I got the like, well, we're going to help you where you need help. And they were like joking around and like holding me accountable at the same time, which I think that we should all be for one another. And that's what I felt like this, this Sesh was calling me to be in all my communities and where I go.
That is amazing. Lovely.
Oh,
thank you so much for calling in. That was a beautiful story.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. I'll call again. I'm so excited that I actually saw this and got to participate. Everyone out there, be safe, be good to you, so that you are good for others too. So Thank you and have a wonderful day. All right, bye-bye.
Beautiful words. Have a nice day. See you.
Yes.
We already got another caller coming in. We're going from one into the next one. This person from Indiana has tried to call in a few times. Hello, you're on the Sesh.
Hello.
Hello, who's this?
Jesse. How you doing?
Jesse, how's it going, Jesse?
Pretty good.
What are you up to this evening, Jesse?
Just chilling with the stream. Got a nice bowl packed, and I thought the question you guys were asking there was awesome, actually.
Beautiful. So you've definitely, you're sitting there with a freshly packed bowl. You're ready to go. You're ready to send yourself into a nice high state as you watch this stream with our endless trippy background. I'm assuming you have done your fair share of psychedelics in your day.
Absolutely. Man, I'm going to take you back 11 years. All right, so by this time, I'm 18. I've already, I've shroomed, I've done acid, obviously ripping bongs left and right since probably like I was 13. Well, a friend of mine comes over, and he's like, hey, dude, you want to try this? You want to get fucked up? And that first, first off, it's dextromethorphan, so triple C's. Crazy ride that, oh man, I could never go back to. So it takes a little bit. He talks me into it, and finally I'm like, man, 15 pills, dude. I don't know about that, dude. It seems kind of crazy.
Wait, say that again. What was this stuff called?
Corsetin cough and cold, like over the counter.
Like the lean that everyone takes.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
so you're.
Go ahead. But he talks me into it, because it takes a little bit of convincing, because I'm like, man, 16 pills, I don't know, that sounds crazy. He's like, well, I've done it many times, blah, 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 you got to try it. Explains to me, there's going to be a lot of euphoria, really good body high, you're going to be tripping balls, and it's going to last, some hours. Finally, I give in. I'm like, all right, let's try it out. Let's see what this little crazy thing's about. Well, so I take these things. I take the whole box of them. There's a 16-count box. About 20, 30 minutes into it, I feel like I've just smoked a bunch of kush. Thinking, all right, well, this is pretty cool. And the body starts to kick in. And then out of nowhere, it's like, bam! I start getting these really big waves of just, wow. I mean, it's so hard to explain it. Well, I end up I'm leaning on the wall at the time. And then I found myself really difficult. I found it really difficult to be able to get off. And I'm freaking out. My heart's going. I'm like, I can't move. I can't, what's going on? He's in the other room. He's got music going on. Kind of turned the strobe light on. We had a pretty cool setup. Well, finally, I'm trying to explain to them that I can't really move. And I'm beyond ripped. Well, finally he helps me off. And I go to walk over to the couch. And, man, my legs felt like string, like yarn, but my feet felt as if they were like center blocks. So I'm like kind of doing this wavy dance, really high gravity, trying to walk over this couch. And I get there and I plan it, stayed, and I don't get up for a while. I'm going on some crazy trips. He's throwing on his videos, and man, it was so intense. And this came in waves, like it would go down, and then it would come back almost, twice as intense each time. And I'm like freaking out. He's like, well, try to smoke some weed, man. It'll relax you out a little bit. And I'm like, all right, man. I don't know if I can get any higher than this. I do that, and man, it clocks me out. I wake up about 30 minutes later. I'm guessing, because your depth perception, your time perception, everything's whacked out. Well, finally, I come to a little bit, and I go to get up again, and I'm just like, I'm freeze mode. And I tell him one more time, I'm like, dude, I can't move. He just like reaches over with a finger and pushes me on the chest, and I just like fall back like a piece of paper in the wind. It's like, oh my gosh, some of the most intensive crap I've ever done in my life. I didn't know if anybody else had, ventured into that kind of stuff. Robo-tripping is what a lot of people would call it back in the days, I guess.
So did you see anything? What kind of feelings did you experience when you're going through?
Distorted, and like I was having these funky, like really, really funky, almost nightmarish daydreams, and I would get stuck forever. And he comes over and he hands me this mirror, and I just get lost in it forever. It's like one of them little foldable things, almost like a medicine cabinet type deal where it folds 3 ways. So then I'm like, I find myself in like a little trip within a trip within a trip, because of all the different levels of where you fold it in and you could just see rows and rows like in a mirror house. Man, It was crazy.
So you're in like an endless hall of mirrors while high on this over-the-counter drug and a bunch of weed.
Yeah, man, it was, wow. An experience that I'm kind of glad that I've done. But man, it's something that dangerous stuff, man.
Insane.
You definitely need something sober near you.
Did you ever do that again, or was it one enough?
I waited quite some time, and I tried it again with another group of people, and man, it's crazy. It's obviously never the same as the first time, as with any other drug, I believe. But man, it's just, I'm talking levels, man. It was like,
what did this?
It was like I was just climbing, them dreams that you have where you're just like, you kind of like jump or something, and like you just kind of keep going further and further, and you just can't catch the ground. I mean, that's what it felt like my mind was doing.
It felt like you were continuously falling.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is absolutely nuts. I like that, though. I mean, I would never do this, but I like that you had this experience of somewhat like skydiving or falling off a skyscraper, purely induced by drugs.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the most intense things I've ever done, man. It was, and I couldn't believe that you could just go right down to your local pharmacy and get this pack, man. It's like, wow. I'm the first person that probably discovered that, man. I don't know. They must have been freaking the hell out like I was, man. It's hard to put into words. This is just the best way that I could describe it, man. It was.
I
so
like
many
that.
Different levels and place the highest as well. Like, and as you're coming down, like you almost get that speed effect too. Like, it's crazy.
So it's like you've went from going slow to fast. It's like that drug in Judge Dredd, where it like slow-mos everything.
Yeah.
And
Man.
One more time for the viewers, what's this called?
They call it Skittles Triple C, but it's like course heating cough and cold, like what you get at the it's cold medicine basically. And I did a lot of research afterward because I'm like, what the hell is going on? What is in this shit, man? But it's a chemical called or a drug called dextromethorphan, and wow, I've read into people like extracting just that instead of like the other active ingredients and all the other inactives, and just like sprinkling it almost like a DMT on your bowl and just kind of ripping on that. And I almost convinced myself to try it like that, but I was like, man, I don't know, dude. This is a fucking out of the world kind of experience, and it's really intense, and it's like I said, if you don't have someone there around that has either done it or someone that is sober, man, you're gonna feel like you're just, you're dying, you're freaking out, you get all these different levels of stuff, man, and it's just it doesn't stop, and your mind's just trying to wrap itself around like what is going. There's just so many things at once, physically, emotionally, mentally. It's pretty gnarly.
That does sound gnarly. All right, man. Thank you for coming in and telling your story. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
All right. You have a good one.
All right. You too, bud.
That sounds nuts, guys. That sounds absolutely nuts. I've experimented with a few different things. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this thing called chocolate. A friend of mine got his hands on this thing called chocolate. And it's basically like the chemical they put into chocolate to make it. Oh, the background's tripping me out. I thought it was my green screen. It's the chemical they put into chocolate to make it like, so it like gives you a euphoric effect. And some people buy that shit and they concentrate it down, and you can just like, you mix it with water and chuck it. It tastes like shit, but it opens up all the blood vessels in your neck, and you get this like rush of blood to your brain, and you feel like trippy and all fucked up for a little while. What this guy's talking about is people taking out the codeine stuff and then sprinkling it on their bowls. That seems like anti-weed. I like weed's all about like earthy, just like chilling. Oh, we got a call coming in from Utah. Okay, hold on. Hello, you're on the Sesh. Who's this?
Hi, this is Parker.
This is Martin?
Parker.
Parker. How are you doing today,
yeah.
Parker?
I'm good. How are you doing today? I'm
doing very good, man. I'm chilling out. I'm on this talk show. I'm having people calling. This is the first time we're ever doing this, so we're really testing the waters to see how it takes, see if people really like it. What did you get up to today, Parker?
Oh, I haven't done much today. I've actually been sick. It's not the best.
What are you sick with?
I got a cold. Yeah, no COVID.
No COVID. That's great. No COVID, man.
Oh, yeah.
COVID free. What do you do when you're sick?
Sorry?
What do you do when you're sick?
Well, you see, not anything like in particular. Like I used to smoke a bunch when I got sick. I know that sometimes people don't like to smoke when they're sick, but I actually found it pretty nice. But I developed an anxiety problem about a year ago, and so I'm not able to smoke really anymore.
Really? So every time you smoke now, you get anxiety?
I say anxiety, but I think it's more of a panic problem. I have like terrible panic attacks.
Okay, so if you don't mind, as long as this isn't going to induce a panic attack, could you describe sort of what happens when you smoke and like this feeling you get?
Sure. Well, I guess I, smoke, and then I realize that things are different, and my sense of consciousness changes. Basically, anything that makes me not feel as normal as, me waking up in the morning and doing normal shit makes me panic. So, for instance, like even drinking or any other drugs, just anything that does not make me feel normal, I guess my mind will go into a type of panic mode where it won't stop until I either ease up or realize, hey, I am just fine.
Okay. And why do you think it's inducing this panic? Like, what do you think's causing this?
Well, I kind of know exactly what it is, and I kind of don't. Like, I don't have a reason for why it's still happening, but I do know what caused it initially.
What caused it?
About a year and a half ago, I started taking depression and anxiety medication. That's what my parents had thought was best for me, and I just went with it. And, I thought it kind of helped at first, but then I we got poor, and I wasn't able to get the medication. And then eventually, after running out of it, not having it for, I would say, like 4 or 5 days, my grandmother decided it'd be okay to give me one of hers. And they were, according to her, I never looked at the bottle, but the same exact medication. However, it was older and probably, later I found out, probably had been expired. So I took it, and I felt like I tripped balls. I got instant, like not instant, it was like a couple hours after. I got bad anxiety. Pupils were all dilated, and like it felt like I was dying. So I guess ever since then, I kind of developed this panic, this state of mind that when I do something like smoke or, you know, or drink or do anything really, it just, I guess my mind goes back to that, or maybe I feel like I'll lose control and shit will hit the fan type of thing.
Ah, I see. That's wild that your grandma gave you random medication that was like expired. That's...
Well, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, no, it was very dumb. But I guess she was desperate. I didn't really care either way, but they were urging that, you know, if you go days without that, it'll really fuck you up. And sorry, I don't know if we're allowed to curse.
Oh yeah, you can curse, man. You can curse.
Sweet. But yeah, ever since then, I've had an extreme panic problem for a good, I'd say 5 or 6 months after that happened. I used to have just panic attacks during the day. I couldn't do anything about it. And then after about a year, it started to calm down, and now it seems I only have panic attacks if I smoke, which really sucks because I used to do it every single day, man. I love smoking, and now it seems like, you know, I can't even do that, unfortunately.
Man, that's a bummer, dude. I hope that you work through this, that you get to the other side, that one day you can smoke weed again. That's what we all want for you here.
Oh yeah, that would be pretty awesome. And other than that, I did have, I don't know, like, can I give you a question, or is this just stories?
This is the question, is have you ever gotten too high? Which I think you've answered. You have absolutely gotten too high off of your grandma's medication.
Okay, fair enough.
But thank you so much for calling in, Parker.
Not a problem. You have a good rest of your night.
You too, man. Take it easy.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, guys. Lesson for the day. Don't take other people's medication. I'm lucky enough I've never had to take any sort of medication, except for like antibiotics and stuff, because sometimes you get infected. Sometimes some creature works its way into your body, and you get sick from that. And then you have to take medication to make sure that you're not going to die. Now, outside of that, haven't had to take any mind-altering stuff. But if you do, don't take someone else's mind-altering thing, because it seems like they're wishy-washy. I had a friend who used to be on antidepressants, and she said that there was one brand that she would take, and she would sleepwalk and eat and wake up with like rappers around her. Not like rappers, not like Lil Wayne and his friends hanging around her. Like candy rappers. Autumn, you asked this a long time ago. Sorry I haven't got to this yet. Is it gonna be okay if you call in next time? Maybe we'll do an episode that is like more younger caller friendly. That's so loud. It's so loud when I call in. You're on the Sesh. Who's this?
Hey, this is Aaron Celtic.
Hey, Aaron Celtic. How are you?
Doing good, you?
I'm doing good. I'm sitting here. I'm taking calls, talking to people. What you got for us today? What you been up to today?
I'm just working all day so far.
Working? What you do for work?
I am an account retention agent for a major company.
An account retention agent. That means like you got to make sure that the deals that they have come back again. People like re-sign the deals.
Pretty much.
You got anyone big in the books? Someone you can talk about?
Not that I can really mention, but yeah, I do handle some larger clients.
Oh, big money with Aaron Celtic. I like that. Very mysterious.
For sure.
Well, Aaron, we got a question of the day. Have you ever been too high?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Tell us about Aaron Celtic getting too high.
Okay. So I think probably the most entertaining story that I have. So I was a freshman. I went to college in a very small town. And years ago, now there's apartments there, but it used to be an old abandoned paper mill and a woods over there. So me, my roommate, and a couple of her friends decided that we were going to jump the fence, go into the woods, start it on fire, and just be stupid. So originally we're sitting there passing around about a fifth of 151. So we're all already drunk, which, okay, yeah, this is my first time actually smoking. So yeah, I was very stupid for trying to cross state the first time that I had ever done anything. So they start, bringing out the joints, they go around. And we start hearing sirens. I guess somebody had seen the fire back there and reported it. So my one friend gets the genius idea to go ahead and throw what's left of the 151 in the fire. And we all know what happens when you put alcohol in a fire.
So yeah,
so
because
of course they knew our
151
location.
is high. It's basically almost like rubbing alcohol, right? Like you can ingest it, but it lights.
Oh yeah, it's 151 proof alcohol. It's basically 2% away from being Everclear.
Jesus Christ.
Right? So of course, my friends scatter off in a different direction, and they were the ones that were from that town, so they knew where we were. Okay, we're literally across the street from the dorm. So we're maybe one city block. That's how high we were. And we couldn't find our way back for an hour and a half. We were wandering around the woods.
You're wandering around the woods, and there's another part to this story, obviously.
Oh yeah. So the secondary part, and this is crazy. So we ended up encountering this guy out there, and this is terrible. I'm going to put this as politely as I can. So we called him No Face. He actually was a suicide survivor and a homeless man that lived in the woods. And he ended up trying to, quote unquote, chase us off his property with a butterfly knife. So not only am I crossfading, lost as hell, I'm being attacked by a dirty hobo.
Jesus Christ! And did the 151 in the fire explode?
Yeah, it essentially decided. It was in one of the plastic ones, so it wasn't actually glass. So the plastic actually went up everywhere. And how we didn't set all the trees on fire is beyond me. To this day, I still have not figured out how we did not start a forest fire.
So no forest fire, got chased by a man with no face after throwing 151 into an open flame.
Yes. And then I had to go in the dorm and sneak in because we were back after hours, so we had to sneak past our RA's room, so that was fun.
Jesus. But an exciting life. An exciting life.
Very.
Love it. Thank you so much for calling in, Aaron.
All right. Have a good day, everybody.
You have a good one. There's a lot of decisions we make as kids where we just decide that we're going to risk it all. Risk every last bit of our lives to have some fun. And we nearly burn down a fire, and then we get chased by a guy with no face. He had no face. Guy had no face. How does he chase you? How does he know where you are? He must have had a bit of his face. A little bit of face. Spencer in the chat is saying, blacked out on acid and spun my friend's car around in an infinity symbol while blasting Third Stone from the Sun. That sounds like some fun acid activities. I don't think I would ever drive while on acid. Sometimes I find it hard to talk. My face gets numb and I just laugh and drool. That's what a lot of my acid and like mushrooms and psychedelic trips end up like. It's me just laughing and drooling all over myself. I feel like kids these days don't get much freedom. They're still doing drugs though. They're really, it seems like the prescription drugs have really kicked off. People are really into the, what's it called? Like the codeine and the fucking, what's that other one? The Xanax. Everyone's doing Xanax. That's my line, is I don't touch prescription drugs. Ever. Ever. And let's see what we got going on. I gotta remember to keep checking the Facebook chat, because this thing's popping off too. We've got people mostly just tagging people, and they're enjoying the wildness of this story. Next stream, guys, we're gonna get it sorted a little bit better, where the frames aren't gonna drop. I'm looking at the drop frames right now, and the thing is, the stream's still going, but you guys are falling behind the rest of like where I am. So then there's a gap in between calls. But we're figuring out. This is all part of the learning process. Also, big shout out to everyone who's followed. Thank you guys for following. Really appreciate that. But Xanax is a nice night switch. Yeah, I guess so. See, I fall asleep so easy. If I ever can't go to sleep, what I do is I eat carbs and then I masturbate. That puts me to bed. I dare you. I drink 2 liters of coffee, then eat carbs and masturbate. You're going to bed. You're going to bed every single time. There's no way you're staying awake after that. No way. Do I watch UFC or boxing? I watch both. Well, I watch more UFC. I watch boxing when it's like a freak show fight, like the Logan Paul kind of thing. Or it's like a big fight, like the, what's his name's fighting soon? The Gypsy King's fighting again. I'll watch those guys fight. This is like the big deal, like, whole world's like, this is the event that's going on. That stuff I'll watch. Other stuff, not so much. But I watch a lot of UFC. Love UFC. The worst story was blacking out on Inboom. What's Inboom? And having a panic attack. Ran out of my house screaming, shifting, teleporting around my house, trying to... What? Having a panic attack. Ran around my house screaming, shifting / teleporting around my house, trying to beat time to make the trip end. You're trying to outrun time. Spencer. I can't tell if those drugs are really good or really bad. I've never had drugs so powerful they make me think that I can beat time itself. But congratulations. Smoother phone ring next time? I don't know. The phone ring, I don't know if we're ever going to get to the bottom of that. It just comes in hard, eh? It's just like, boom. I can make it smoother on your guys' end, though. See, what I do is I mute it so you guys can't hear it. And then I unmute it when the caller comes in. So I just get blasted with the phone coming in super hot. Some people are saying it's hard to splooge on drugs sometimes. True. True. Depends on the drugs. I think some drugs probably enhance it and make it even easier. Increase the body's sensitivity. It can be. Sometimes it's easier. True. Lessons learned. Yeah, no, you are learning your lessons. Autumn's back. Hello, Autumn. Thank you for tuning in. People are saying Xanax is okay if you don't drop like 10 bars. That's fair. See, like, I just personally don't like to do any prescriptions. I don't know what it is about it. I think the thing is that I don't like is that they're too easy to get. You can just go to a store and a guy at a pharmacy hands you these drugs. There needs to be more of a process. I shouldn't be able to get it from an establishment down the street. I should have to like wait, and it's inconvenient. There needs to be more barriers between me and the drugs all the time. my master plan for sleep isn't always doable. I mean, carbs are pretty easy to get. You can go to the corner store, you get 3 packs of ramen, you just shove those in your head, and then you just... And then next thing you know, you're nighty-night. I might do that tonight, just to have a good sleep. I haven't had a good sleep in a few nights. And I just want to get, it's better than melatonin, I swear to God. If you give a few, and then some carbs, you want to do the after you eat the carbs. Don't start with this and then go to that. Because this is all about laying in bed and chilling out. And then you just let the splooge happen, wipe it up, go to sleep. You don't even have to wipe it up if you don't want to. You live your truth. I'm not going to tell anyone what to do. Autumn's saying she has to take prescription drugs. Some people do. Some people have to. Some people don't have a choice. And if you have to, you have to. I'm saying I don't like to take them. I just don't take them for pleasure. That's the line. If you have to take them, that's a whole other thing. That's for your well-being. But I don't like to take them for a party. Stick to the stuff that grows out of the ground. That's it. Mushrooms. I guess acid doesn't grow out of the ground. But it's definitely hard to get. You have to find an acid guy. Oh yeah. Vigorous self-love with a belly full of noodles. Sounds like it could end badly. No, it always ends good. I swear to God it always ends good. It ends good every single time. I've never had a bad one. Never had a bad time with that. Spencer saying, Molly, I have a pretty good story. I got wrapped up in a missing persons case, running from everything, with a chick and my best friend. Long story short, we had a narc. Lots of you guys are telling me your stories through chat. What's this for, guys? We got a call-in number right up here for this exact situation. You guys call in. Also, there's 2 different chats going. What's going on the Facebook chat? Darlene is saying, I take 2 Xanax to help sleep at night. Anything more can really zone you out to the point of not remembering. Seems like we got some Xanax fans. A lot of people into the Xannies. Once again, still don't think I'm going to try it, but I support people who are taking the Xanax for sleep. Nice relaxing thing. But I'm going to stick to my carbs and masturbation. That is a surefire, a holistic way to put me to bed. Pump. This is Pump-a-Rum. Is Pump-a-Rum... Hold on. Pump-a-Rum is a... What does the crown mean again? You're not a subscriber. Oh, maybe you are a subscriber. I don't think you can subscribe on Twitch yet. Our Twitch account's so new. Pump-a-Rum said, I once had a lot of acid that was preserved from the 70s. Was a toothpick that was dipped in a vat a few times like a candle. Don't know what it would have equated to tab-wise. At my peak, it was it felt like a wormhole to another dimension spiraled open at the back of my head. Like, think of art from Alex Gray from a Tool album. I thought that if I were to let myself go, I would disappear mentally from existence. Was nuts. Would have called the story in, but currently working. Dude, that's a good story. That's a good story. The back of your head opened up as a portal to another world. Holy shit. Would have called in, but you can't. Dude, it's all good, man. It's still a good story. The chick ran away while you're binging Molly. That's just a funny sentence. This chick ran away while we were binging Molly. Yeah, we're still getting some dropped frames. We're going to fix this the next time around. Well, that's what we're going to do. We had just hit the hour mark. We just hit the hour mark, guys. It's weird how if I do this, if I reach my hands up, I immediately become brighter. And then the camera adjusts, and now I'm more of an orange tone. I don't know why that is. Oh. Do I believe in ghosts? Here's my opinion on ghosts. I don't, like, believe in ghosts, that we got to figure it out. It's like ghosts are dead people or whatever. There's a spirit realm. I'm not buying any of that. Not buying any of that at all. I do think there's weird, spooky stuff that happens that we don't understand, and I don't want anything to do with it. Nothing. If you bring a Ouija board around me, I will snap that shit over my knee and throw it in the trash and then light the trash on fire. I got no time for spooky stuff like that. I like to keep my life not spooky, is mostly how I like to do things. People are saying stick to their trees. Cal L. Kent saying that they want to stick to their trees and noodles. So yeah, you can smoke some weed in there too. Have a few noodles, smoke a little bit, and then next thing you know, you're having a good time, man. You're having a good time. And you're gonna be going to bed real quick. Cal Kent says they worked at a real haunted mansion. What happened with this haunted mansion? I'm curious. Put on some Jimi Hendrix. I can't put on Jimi Hendrix, man. We're gonna get copyright. Can't put on Jimi Hendrix. That fucks up the whole thing, man. We got to. What we got to do is play this stuff I'm playing now that has no copyright on it. It's like the free use shit. You can just blast out there. Autumn saying, I don't believe in the paranormal, but I don't believe it doesn't exist. I just need proof. See, that's what I'm saying. That's the kind of vibe I'm going for. It's like, I don't think we got to figure it out. We know what ghosts are and stuff. Hold on. But we don't know what any spooky thing is. Don't tell me that you know it's a ghost and they talk to it through an e-reader and all this kind of stuff. Nah. We need way more information. Way more information than that. We got someone in the chat whose name is Eat the Pussy 666. I love that. That's a hilarious name. You want me to turn up the music? How's that? Can you hear the music? You guys can hear the music. My friend said I took LSD with the plug one time. It was my friend's first time and it escalated quickly. We went from the plug's farm and drove four-wheelers peaking, not knowing how to drive. Dude, that sounds so unsafe, but I support every second of it. I always support going to a party when that's a surprise, because that's what that seems like. It's like you had no idea really where you were, who you were partying with, but you just were like, let's go do it. Let's go party. And we got no we got no plans. You just follow the fun. That's it. Just follow the fun. Cal Kent saying it was one of Henry Ford's old houses. Huh. I'll go live tonight and explore for y'all. Dude, if you go live and you explore that haunted house, I'm down. I'm game. I'll watch that. See, I'll watch other people do spooky stuff. Also, guys, the call-in lines are open. Get in here. Call your boy. Get on the phone. You got a chance to be making history here. This is the first episode of the Sesh, and we're taking this all the way to the top. We're taking this far. Very far. How far? I don't know. As far as my little body will let us go. But you aren't like high at all. Am I? Am I not? Who knows? That's a secret that I'm not gonna share with the people watching the stream. That's a secret that stays with me. Do you watch KSI and Deji? I don't watch KSI and Deji. Chris the Playboy Vampire, which is one of the fucking funniest names of all time. Chris the Playboy Vampire. He's not just a regular vampire. He's out there slinging dick. He's out there fucking a bit. I love that. Chris the Playboy Vampire. Dude, this guy fucks. This guy absolutely fucks. If you're a vampire and Playboy, I feel like a vampire is already a pretty sexualized thing. And on top of it, you're a Playboy. You are like, you're trying to spice it. You're not even just being a regular vampire that people are already just trying to bang. You're out there trying to make it happen. I got a natural high. That's right. I'm just chilling with a natural high, guys. I don't need much more to feel. What? Katie's saying, I took mushrooms 2 weekends ago, and now I took mushrooms 2 weeks ago, and wow. Just wow. I swore pixels, animals, fireplace was going in and out like I was breathing, smoking on the ceiling, like intense. So much more. Going back to normal life is strange. First time at 34. This was Katie's first time taking mushrooms at 34 years old. Dude, good for you. That's like a long... I mean, you can do mushrooms whenever you want. But I definitely got into mushrooms way younger. I think it was like 19, maybe 18. First time I was doing mushrooms. But I think it's better to do them when you're older, actually, probably. Because you're like more secure. I did mushrooms the first few times I did psychedelics. I didn't even really enjoy it. I just felt stressed out because I was so insecure that I just thought everyone hated me the entire time. And then I just kept doing psychedelics because I was like, oh, well, people say these are good. So I'm going to keep doing the drugs until I have fun doing these drugs. Not a good plan. Not a good plan. Also, guys, call in. Call the show. Share these stories via call-in. Oh, D-Nice Blazed is here. What's up, D-Nice Blazed? Are we going to talk about banging mythical creatures or the people that hunt them? I don't know. Would you rather bang a vampire or a vampire hunter? I think you would rather bang a vampire than a vampire hunter. Because if you bang a vampire, that's like... You're banging... Like, that's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Like, we didn't even know vampires exist. Vampire hunter's just a dude. Like, he has a cool job. But a lot of people have cool jobs. Like, you want to bang this creature that you didn't even know existed. Took mushrooms. Also, I feel like some people don't know that herb... How to write out herb on their phone. I don't really know either. What are the numbers? I guess I should have it there. Just so it's easy to call in. Oh, wait. 4372. 4372, guys. 4372. Jay, you ever seen the horrors of Wattpad? Of Wattpad? No, what's the horrors of Wattpad? Not much spliffing over here in Jersey. Dude, sick. Getting high in Jersey. People talk a lot of shit about Jersey. Oh, we got a caller, baby. Hey, you're on the Sesh. Who's this? Hello, who's this? Hello. You're Oh, you're calling in the live stream. Yeah, you're on the live stream. What's your name, man? Oh, wait. Hold on just a sec. Now, tell
lagging.
us your name.
Lagging a little behind. I'm watching it right now.
It is, so we're having a frame issue. Next time we'll get it sorted out. It's the first one. There's always going to be bumps in the road the first time you do anything like this.
Yeah, for sure, I get that. Well, I don't have a lot of time. I just wanted to say have a good night and say hello to everyone watching.
Dude, love it, man. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for coming in to say have a good night to everyone. You have a good night as well, dude.
Thank you. See ya.
Take it easy. Love it. Love people just want to call in and say good night. That's so sweet. When was the last time you guys got a good night? Yeah, you don't get a lot of good nights anymore. Once you become an adult and you hang out with adults, good night's a very kid-friendly thing. A lot of kids you give a kid a good night. You don't say like to your family and friends, "Hey, good night, sleep well." That's not how that works. Once you grow up, no one gives a fuck if you have a good night anymore. They go to sleep. I'm tired. That's what people say. Once you get older, people say, "I'm tired." And that's it. And then they fucking go lay down. Yo. Someone's talking about a fan fiction website that it's so cringy. Did I watch the Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson fight? I did. I really liked... Oh, I didn't really like it. It was just... I like someone getting knocked out in any form. Whether it's freak show boxing fight with a YouTuber and an ex-NBA guy, or if it's a legitimate awesome fight, or if even a street fight. If anytime someone gets knocked unconscious, it could be someone getting knocked unconscious by a robot, by a human, by I don't know, any type of creature. I like it. As long as it's not serious injury. Just a fun knockout. Okay, so some people are talking about this fanfic website. Wattpad is the fanfic website. Ah ha ha. Do I watch anime? I do. Oh. Hey, you're on the sesh. Who's this?
Hey, this is D Nice calling in from the chat. How's it going?
D Nice, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm over here, just rolled up a split, playing some COD. Thought I'd give you guys a call, see what's going on for the night,
I like it, man. What'd you get up to today, D Nice?
Well, I've just been working a bit, smoking, just here on and off. But more than likely, I heard you guys was doing a little bit of story time, so I have a story time to tell myself, if you don't mind.
Oh, dude, hit us with your story, man. We love a good story.
Man, it was this one time, me and my friends, we went out to this pumpkin maze of some sort. It's over here in Jersey because we actually had the Friday the 13th camp around us and everything, the set and everything. It was actually shot in New Jersey.
Okay, so you go out to this pumpkin patch. What happens next?
Yeah, so we're in the pumpkin patch and it's a big ass maze. We're going through this maze. My friend said, what would be cool if we all just took a little bit of LSD on the side, maybe some mushrooms here and there. And I was like, it kind of sounds fun, but at the same time, it wasn't really my thing because I never did it before. But guess what I did? I did it anyway. So we're sitting there. We ended up splitting up for some sort of reason in twos. I'm over here tripping out. There's a guy sitting over one of the fucking and I'm thinking, I'm like, yo, who is this dude? Why does he look like that? His face was falling off and shit. He was asking us questions, and lo and behold, we got lost. He didn't help us. We was literally stuck in a maze for 3 hours, hot as hell, no water, and I'm like, this is not gonna go well. And I'm spending my whole entire Halloween just stuck in a goddamn maze for 3 damn hours. I couldn't fucking believe it, but that happened.
Did you guys get sick or anything? You get dehydrated in there?
I actually did. I had no goddamn water, and I'm sitting there. I'm looking at guys face falling off for 3 hours, only with one other friend. We lost everybody else, stuck there for probably the last 20 or 30 minutes of the whole time that we could even be in the maze. And then we finally had to get some guidance, and the exit was like only probably like 2 turns to the right for us to just get out. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I did not just waste my time with you guys just to get stuck in the maze, tripping on fucking acid and mushrooms. Like, you got me fucked up for that one.
None of you tried to like just push through the maze, just like rip the corn down or something to get out?
They said we couldn't climb over the hedges. They said, oh no, that's against the rules, you're cheating or something like that. And I'm like, bro, you have no idea what my mind is going through right now. It's moving at like 40 or 15 miles per hour a second. You can't tell me I can't do this when I'm dying to death with no water.
And so what did you do? What did you do after you got out of this maze?
Pretty much we all just had to like just take a chill pill. Probably had to sit in our cars for like probably a half an hour before somebody decided to drive. Because nobody was good enough to drive. And I'm like, I wouldn't say that you should drive under the influence. And I'm not going to encourage anybody, you know, on the chat to do it because it's not safe at all. But it's probably the worst experience to go to for your first time. I would not, you know, ever put myself in that position again, to be honest.
No, absolutely not. Would not want to be that stupid high and stuck in a corn maze. But
yeah,
thank you very much for calling in and sharing that story.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right, you have a good one, man.
You guys have fun.
Take it easy. Getting stuck in a corn maze, guys. Getting stuck in a corn maze while high, that's not the way I want to live my life, man. That's not the way I want to spend a Halloween either. Halloween's like a good... is it a holiday? I think Halloween's just a business day. Halloween's like a transaction. They're like, buy these costumes, buy this candy, buy a bunch of horse shit you don't need. It's not good for you. Most of it's gonna go into the environment and do damage. It's a horrible day. Does Halloween suck? Is Halloween bad, actually? Maybe Halloween's bad. But people are really looking to touch each other's genitals on those days. And I always am a big fan of that. Anytime people are trying to reach for a genital stimulation, I'm about it. We got a lot of people talking about the fanfic. As of this moment in time, there's no Che fanfic. Not true. Not true. There is a most amazing top 10 fanfic that I'm in. I used to work for a company called Most Amazing Top 10. And someone made a fanfic about the hosts and the people that work there. And I don't like how they wrote my character. Oh, we got another caller coming in. We'll get to that story another time. Hey, you are calling the Sesh.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right on.
Am I on the YouTube?
You are on the YouTube.
Oh, all right then. I'm a little new to these kind of things, so my kids usually gotta fix the TV for me when I'm watching MASH or whatever. So
that's
excuse
all
me
good.
if I mess up or something
No,
around
I
here
like.
doesn't go the way it should.
We are open to every person calling in. You want a variety. You don't want the same kind of person calling in over and over. This is what we want. Someone who's this is a new experience for them. So tell me, what's your name, man?
My name's Greg.
Greg.
And, I heard you guys calling in about stories. So
man.
I got a story I want to come in and tell about I was up there smoking me a good fucking fatty.
Yeah.
And I was walking around the pasture, all right? And I seen a horse. He was up in the stable. And he was pretty tall, all right? And so I looked over at him and I saw that he had excuse my language, he had a pretty big cock. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah?
So I walked up to him and I told him, I was with the buddy at the time, so I went ahead and told him, they look at that shit right there hanging off of that boy. And we made a joke about it, and I told him I could probably take it, and so I did.
Wait, what do you mean you could probably take it?
Huh?
What do you mean you could
have you ever been bronc riding?
No. Like, you mean you rode the horse?
Yeah, I rode. Yeah, well, I see broncs. I usually ride broncs around. I go to rodeos, and I got a couple of awards already. But I told him I could probably take that horse up over there.
Okay,
so I was already pretty elevated. You know, I was on that next level shit. I was about like on stage 8 at that time, out of like 10. And so by the time I walked up to this horse, I swear to God, once I got on, I felt I'm handicapped now because of this damn horse. You know that, right? I know. I didn't even tell you that. Fuck this shit. My back don't even work no more.
The horse fucked your. What happened? So okay, is this a wild horse? Is this a horse like in someone's stable?
No, this horse was up in I went over to a buddy's place up here. He had up in northern Kansas.
Yeah.
And he had a pretty big farm, you know. And that horse he had balls. I ain't gonna lie. And I couldn't take that, so I couldn't take shit from nothing else. So I went up to my buddy and said, "Let me get on that horse right there." And my buddy said, "All right, go ahead and get up on it." And so I got up on it, and I was pretty high. I ain't gonna lie, I was pretty high. And once I stepped on the horse, I got up, and as soon as I put my back foot up on that rear foot, and the horse, he ended up bucking me straight off, and my back fell right up into the post, and boy, I had a big ass bruise for about a damn week. And so first thing I did was I called up my wife, and I told her, "Hey, Cheyenne, I got some bad news up in here. I got to go to the hospital now because this horse done fucked up my back, and I ain't sure if I'm going to be making it today, making it home, you know what I mean?" And she was pretty worried about me, but I told her, "Don't worry, I'll be all right." And on the way there, I rode up a big, I usually got backwoods up in there, so I got a backwoods, gutted that bitch up, put some fucking ganja up in there shit, and I rolled up a big fat blunt, smoked it on the way to the hospital. As soon as I got to the hospital, they gave me a piss test, and I was pissed out of my pants because this was before weed was legalized, you see?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I wanted to come in and say.
That's wild, dude. Dude, when you got on this horse, was there a saddle on it, or you just bareback and jumping on the back of this horse?
Well, he had the saddle. I can say he had a saddle, but also this was before. What do you say? This was before Obama was elected, so it was way better back then, you know.
So okay, so but like medical wise, when you went there, you go to the hospital. What did they find about your back?
Obamacare, honestly, it didn't even work out for me. That's why this upcoming election I voted for Trump, but Biden he ended up winning this election through fraudulent votes. You believe that? And boy, I tell my wife all the time, but she doesn't want to buy it. She don't want to buy it.
I mean,
boy, I enjoy talking to you. I really do enjoy. Have a good day. Enjoy the show.
Dude, thank you for calling in. You and your wife do your thing. I hope you heal your back too, man.
Buddy, cut the shit, man. I gotta get up out of my wheelchair and change my damn diaper real quick. All right,
all right, man. I'll talk to you later. His back's really fucked up. He said he's in a wheelchair. Holy shit. I thought he was like, "Oh, my back's like bad. It's like kind of dinged up." But I didn't realize he was in a wheelchair. Holy shit, dude. Man. I don't fuck around with horses. Big ass animals, I'll get close to them. Pet them through a fence or something. But I'm not going to jump on their back, that's for sure. Autumn is coming in fiercely, wants to call in next time. Here's the thing. Autumn, you're in the Discord. Send messages in the Discord. I talk to the people in the Discord. We'll do a call-in one that is friendly for all ages. Will it be this next one coming up? I can't promise that. But we will down the road, because we probably have some people who are fans of this content who want to call in and be a part of everything, but are not old enough to do so. But damn, Greg, let's all put our hearts out to Greg and hope that his back gets repaired, man. What's the Discord? That's my personal Discord, and I'm not going to push it on this because we're doing herb stuff right now. This is herb content. Oh, we got a call coming in. Whoa, what just happened there? That person, I guess they must have hung up. Okay, we're checking out the Facebook chat right now. Hey, from NYC. Hello. Nasha, how are you? Headspace before taking shrooms. Oh, I'm reading this in reverse, so maybe let's go up a little bit. You need to take them at the right place and time. This is talking about taking mushrooms. Darlene's heading out. Thank you. Phone's dying. Hey, man, that happens sometimes. I want to appreciate, huge shout out to everyone who's followed. Thank you guys for following. Thank you guys for participating in the chat. Thank you guys for calling in. You guys have been sick so far. This has been fun. I'm having a good time. Ooh, am I sweaty? I am sweaty. Look at my sweaty pits. Ooh. It's not really stinky, though. I'm not a stinky guy. I sweat clean. Okay? It's like water. You could drink it. I don't know if it would taste good, but it wouldn't hurt you, is what I'm saying. You could drink up my sweat, scrape it off of me with a credit card. Probably got a lot of skin in there, though, if you're going to do it that way. Maybe you would run it through a strainer first. You scrape off the sweat. You collect it in like a jug. Then you pour the jug through a strainer, get the skin bits out. Then you can drink it. Or chill it. Maybe you want it chilled. I don't know how you guys drink your sweat. Some people probably prefer to have their sweat chilled. Chill it up if you want. Or just drink it warm. Right off. It's like getting milk out the teat or something. Today's your hamster's birthday. He's watching right now. His name is Naruto. Oh, dope. What was that hamster anime? I remember when I was a kid, it was called like Hamtaro. I think I just fucking pulled that right out of my goddamn brain, guys. Hamtaro. Holy shit. Herbworthy should be sponsored by Brita. Yeah, with the amount of sweat that's going to be pouring out of my... Because I'm under big lights right now. I got big lights. I'm on the spot. I got to be sharp. These things they make your body hot. And people wonder where fanfic comes from. Drinking sweat. Okay, then. Hey, man. Some people want to drink sweat. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Is it normal? Is it normal to drink someone's sweat through a jug? No. It's not. Hash says sick fro. Thank you. What's the question? The question is have you ever gotten too high? Have you ever gotten too high? That is the question. Feel free to call in, talk it out, share your opinions. That's what we like to do on here. How are you guys liking the background? I'm a big fan of the background. Man, and we are losing a lot of frames here. 63%. I don't feel like it's supposed to be like that. I'm excited to watch this back and see what it looks like. Then we'll do some tweaking, some tuning. We're going to fix this thing up. It's going to be a top shelf thing. We're going to take this from this set. We're going to be doing it in front of a studio audience maybe one day. Hey, we got a call. Hey, you're on the sesh.
Hey, man, Sesh Slinger Slasher.
Hey, how you doing, buddy? Sorry, say your name one more time.
Hashling and Slasher. I said sick fro.
Oh, yeah, Hashling Slasher. Yes, buddy. You said sick fro over watching on Facebook.
Yeah, man.
How's your
Anyway,
day going?
I'm doing good, man. I'm enjoying the heat cooling down right now. It's night now in New York.
Right on. And where in New York are you?
Upstate, Rome, Syracuse area.
Love it. And what do you do, Hash?
I worked in a CBD shop until we got shut down, and I'm assuming you know of Delta 8.
Is that fake weed?
The what? The hemp
Delta
weed.
8. Oh, Delta 8's a hemp weed. Okay. Sorry, I always get that crossed up with there's that synthetic weed.
Oh, no, you're talking about spice.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought that there was like a Delta 8. There's some sort of like robot name for it, too.
Nah, Delta 8's like hemp-derived THC, and they had it legalized out here because 2018, Cuomo, he made it legal, and out of nowhere, there goes my phone dying. But yeah.
Oh, shit. We just lost him. But we all learned what Delta 8 is. He must have called in with like 1% battery, because we didn't talk to him for very long. And I was interested to hear about what the weed situation was going on in New York over there. I'm over in Canada, and for us, it's been fucking smooth sailing. You smoke weed wherever the fuck you want now. It's great. I mean, we were already doing that. But now, you can't even get in trouble. You can just fucking smoke up all over the place. You can smoke anywhere you can smoke a cigarette. Fuck yeah. When I talk about K2 shit, I think that's what it is. K2, Spice, like that's all the same shit, right? Delta 8's something else. Delta 8 is we said hemp-derived THC? I like the sound of that. Or do I? I don't know. I like whatever's the simplest, easiest way for me to get my hands on cannabis. That's what I'm about. If Delta 8's a more complex procedure, but I get why. If it was illegal and then they had to legalize and there's this side thing, it's like, man, just stop playing around with this bullshit. Just make it legal, baby. Do I listen to Drake or King Von? No and no. I mean, like, I've heard Drake songs. I don't know who King Von is, though. But I'm also very bad with music. I'm also very, very fucking bad with music. So, it makes sense that I don't know these people. Oh, I just need to shift in my seat real quick. Now, okay, we're moving some stuff around here. If anyone watching knows stuff about Streamlabs, I do have some questions. It's saying, I'm looking at my data here, it's saying 7% CPU, which I don't know what that means, because we're only doing 30 frames per second. Might just have to lower the bit rate a bit, but it doesn't make any sense, because I've been streaming on this computer with this internet, like killing it for a while. And now all of a sudden it's getting choppy. Don't like that. Don't like that. Great background. Thank you, Ashish. Ashish? Am I saying that right? The background, killing it. Killing it. Actually, let's shout out the artist. Because they, if you guys want to check out this background on your own time, gotta go check out Zoom Quilt. Zoom Quilt is where I snagged this bad boy. And it's pretty fucking solid. And we're closing in on the last 20 minutes of the stream. CPU, Yeah, because I'm streaming on a computer. Sandra's just said CPU with a bunch of question marks. Doesn't really help me, that statement. But Justin saying awesome show. Dude, Justin, thank you. Thank you very much. I just heard someone at my door. I think someone's trying to break into my place. They've had enough. They've been listening to me yammer into a microphone for so long that they're just like, fuck it. I can't take this guy anymore. Someone needs to shut him up. I got some White Russian tonight. It confuses me how sativa dominants feel like straight up indicas. Does that happen to anyone? I find it hard to tell the difference, man. I find what affects me most, because I always got so much shit jumping around in my gut. There's some carbs in there. Maybe I had some sugar that day. Maybe I took my supplements. Maybe I didn't take my supplements. Maybe I drank too much coffee. All that factors into when I hit the blunt and how it's gonna mess around in the old Gulliver. Because yeah, if I have an indica, had no coffee, that's a whole other indica, like different thing than having a sativa with coffee. You know what I'm saying? Mix and matching different substances. Really chill, dude. Keep up the good work. Thank you, dude. Yeah, we're gonna grow this bad boy. This is gonna be a big thing, guys. There's gonna be a lot of people calling in. I think we already have some clips. Because it's all about the clips. You do the online content, you want the clips. The guy calling in talking about riding the horse high and breaking his back, that's wild. Especially because he said the horse had a huge dick is the first thing he said. And then he's like, I can take that horse. And he's like, I went and took it. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, did he rip the dick off the horse? Sandra's saying, oh my God. White Russians almost killed me. That's why I don't drink. Dude, I love a White Russian. I watch too much of Big Lebowski. Brad's asking, what supplements do I take? Man, I have like a whole medicine cabinet full of just wild shit that I take on a daily basis. I take like collagen, protein, creatine. I have a green juice blend, a mushroom blend. I take a glutathione. I take Revesterol, if that's how you say it, and a bunch of other shit every day. Well, not always. Sometimes you forget your shit, but I try to. We're at an hour 43. We're gonna do a 2-hour stream tonight, guys. I think for the first one, 2 hours is good. It's enough to get the foundation, get people in, get people watching, give people the idea of what this is all about. Oh, and also I'm getting hungry too. I didn't eat before. One of the biggest mistakes you can ever make when streaming. Gotta get the probiotics. I probably gotta take probiotics. I heard prebiotics. That's the next level shit. You eat the shit that your stomach needs to be a probiotic. You eat that shit. It's like in garlic and shit, so you don't need to fucking buy prebiotics, and they're expensive as fuck. But you can still. You can still buy them. Oh, yeah. Hold on. We're checking out the Facebook chat over here. No wonder your arms are so big. Oh, Brad. Look at this guy. Look at this guy just with the compliments over here. My God. Gonna make me blush. I've been working out like a dog in my basement because all the gyms are closed. So I bought a kettlebell just to swing around in my basement by my fucking self. By the time this stream ends, I'm KO'd. That's what we want. Oh, West Virginia calling. Hey, you're on the sesh. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, who's this?
This is Zach. Is this Che?
This is Che. How are you doing, Zach?
Pretty good, man.
I just seen where you posted that earlier. So, I mean, I've always been a fan, so I had to give you a call, man. Fucking
Right
hilarious.
on, man. What do you do, Zach?
Sure, right now, I am renovating and opening a bar.
Sick. What kind of bar is this? Just your regular sit-down drink bar? Is this like one of those gaming cafes? Does it have a hook?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty, it's got the whole gaming thing to the side. We're a little country, you know what I mean, up here in West Virginia, so we got the pool tables and everything else off to the side for the heating. Everybody wants to go outside and smoke and do et cetera, you know what I mean? Got to accommodate the stoners, no matter where you go, you know.
Love it. Good patio. Do you have is it weed legalized over there in West Virginia?
Excuse me?
Is weed legalized in West Virginia?
Actually, it's not fully legal yet. Like, everyone's got their card, but the dispensaries won't be up for like about 6 to 8 months.
Okay, so you're in like that gray area right now where there's like dispensaries.
Well, it's that area where they really don't, you know what I mean? You can smoke without getting in trouble, but just don't be ignorant about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, love it. That's why it's like you just mind your P's and Q's. Don't smoke like you're a teenager doing dabs. Smoke, hit a little bit of that joint. Come in, get drunk.
Yeah.
All right.
Just enjoying yourself.
Well, Zach, we got a question. We got a question of the day. Have you ever been too high?
I'm guessing we're talking strictly buds. So
honestly, you can talk any substance you want. We had some people talk about taking too much codeine, and they felt like they were falling continuously.
Falling continuously. No. Honestly, for me, it was years ago, but it was like, I don't remember, like 6 months to a year from Xanaxes. So it was just like, yeah. I had to backtrack what I did.
What do you mean?
I got real mad at myself. So it was a learning experience. You know what I mean?
What do you mean you don't remember 6 months to a year of Xanaxes? Like, you
all right. I'm guessing you've never abused them. But what is it?
You can go ahead. Go ahead. Tell me the story.
It's just, it's just once you take so many, you black out. Especially when you're, you know what I mean, at that age when you're younger, you know what I mean, you don't care to drink on top of it or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? You make some mistakes, and it is what it is, but you learn to live with it. But just little things that stuck out. You wanted a little story, something to pop on your show or your radio, whatever this is at the moment. You know what I mean? Whatever you're doing. Figured everyone can relate to a little dirt. God made dirt, don't want to hurt.
Exactly, dude. My whole I've built my career on dirt. That's the backbone of most of the things I do.
You fucking idiots.
Exactly.
How the fuck could you not have a better man? Come on now, you had me in love with your ass from the jump. No homo shit. I fuck with your comedy heavy, bro.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. That's a great compliment. And dude, I definitely understand getting those blackouts too. But it's good that you've bounced back. You're building a bar now. You're a new man.
Yeah, I swear, bro. I give it all to weed and God, honestly, at the end of the day, because if it wasn't for weed, I'd done killed somebody. If it wasn't for God, I'd be worried about where my soul's going. So it is what it is at the end of the day.
Dude, good for you, man. Appreciate that. Thank you so much for calling in. You have a good one, dude.
Yep, and keep on making that positive content, bro.
I absolutely will, man.
I hope this shit blows up for you, too. Have a good one.
You have a good one, buddy. Thank you. Zach, thank you so much for calling in. I love that positivity, man. That's what we need in all our callers. We need people just coming to bring in good love. And I'm excited to do more of this. We're going to get some good calls. Hash is saying my phone definitely died. I'm picking up on that now, Hash. You were just gone out of nowhere. Kal-El is saying, we on at 1 a.m. I got to go for now, but love it. Love the live. Keep it coming. Dude, it's 1 a.m. where you are. Must be... It's 9 here. Post that 4 minutes ago. Can you call back? Hash, absolutely. You can call back. We're chilling, man. We're chilling here. Everyone's chilling, having a good time. You can 100% call back. Because you didn't even get into your story. I feel blue-balled from your call. We need the rest of it. If anything, I encourage you to call back. Would you box Mike Tyson or Jake Paul? Jake Paul, no brainer. Like, Mike Tyson would probably kill me. Mike Tyson would have, like, I would have long-lasting damage from boxing Mike Tyson. Oh, call coming in from New York. Hello, you're on the sesh. Hello.
And I'm back.
Oh, it's Hash. How are you?
I'm alright. I'm still good.
That's
yeah,
good,
but I was telling you about Delta 8, right?
Yes.
All right, so I worked in a shop called Empire CBD, and we were selling Delta 8 and everything. And then out of nowhere, like, while we were enjoying our lives and everything, just like, we had amazing edibles, amazing dabs. Like, we just got herbal in, and which is hemp flower burns different than regular cannabis. Blah, blah, blah. I gave the same speech daily. So if I'm talking to your office, like, because it's just all there. But,
I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah, but basically they banned what made the THC stronger. I'm assuming that's how I really got described it. I've done my research versus what I've been told.
Yeah.
But yeah, the shop basically got shut down because THC, because Delta 8 is THC, same exact high as cannabis, except you don't have the paranoia and blah, blah, blah. It's amazing that you could smoke out in the street everywhere now. That's everywhere now, and I love that.
Is that everywhere in New York? It's like completely legalized.
Yes, and I swear those are not gunshots in the back. Those are fireworks.
That's beautiful. That is. I'm glad because we in Canada we've been legalized for like.
Yeah, I mean I smoked my weed in front of cops. They haven't bothered me.
Love it. That's the attitude. That's the attitude we want. Now, Hash, we have a question of the day, and you might be the last caller.
So I got a story for you in that case.
All right, hit me with your story.
Oh, so one time I was this is my first time taking LSD. First or second time. I've taken it like total 4 times. But I remember my cousin and her friend, they were telling me they were going to the store. So I get ready, I go to the bathroom, everything, make sure I smell good, make sure I don't look crazy. Typical leave the house stuff. And I go back to the car to go see if they're there. I'm like, oh, they're not at the car. Go back in the house, see where they are. I'm like, oh, they're not in the house. So I assume they walk. And so I walked to the closest store. They weren't there. I walked to the second store, just assuming they would just be at the next one, thinking they just walked instead of, So not there. I get to the third store and I forget I'm buying stuff now at this point, just buying munchies and stuff because I'm a bunch of blunts deep. But there's also LSD, and I'm not sure if that would affect my hunger, but I was starving and oh so thirsty.
Yeah.
My blunt went out. But yeah, I went back to that. Basically, they were just calling me on the phone while I'm cashing out and just just looking at me crazy, just like, where'd you go? They're just in the car waiting for me.
They've been in the car the whole time, and you've just been walking down the street.
Yeah, didn't think about calling me. I called them. I'm just like, where are you guys? And they're just like, hey. Yeah, we're in the car waiting. What do you mean waiting? I'm like, a quarter mile that way.
I love it, dude. I love it. That's hilarious. And so you said this was like your third or fourth time taking LSD.
Yeah, like it could be my first or second time, I give or take. Because I remember the first time I felt like it didn't do anything to me. Second time, yeah, so it was second time. This time I felt like I didn't do anything, but that's what it did to me.
And are you a big fan of LSD?
Yeah, not a big. I don't just use it rapidly. I use it when I want to say feel like I'm in a safe enough place to do it.
Yeah.
Or feel like I cannot be bothered about it, you know?
Yeah.
Because I smoke weed. I'm a big cannabis fan. I go through a bunch of strains every single time I get a chance, and I love that. This being New York, we get a lot going through here.
And do you have a favorite strain?
Personally, Girl Scout cookies. I don't know why. Ever since I was younger, for some reason, Blue Dream came through so much to a point where it was like, all right, Blue Dream's on that end of the spectrum, and Girl Scout cookies always has an amazing taste to me. So I was like, beautiful.
Love it, man. Love it. Well, Hash, thank you so much for calling in and calling back to finish your story. I appreciate it.
All right, no problem, man. You take care.
You have a good one, buddy. And hopefully we'll hear from you again on a later stream. All right, guys. That's been the Sesh. That's our first episode. I feel like we talked to some interesting folks. We got some interesting clips out of this bad boy. We're going to keep this coming. I'm going to spend the weekend figuring out this dropped frame rate thing because I'm not about that. But until next time, I don't know. I guess I need like a goodbye phrase. Smoke a bunch of weed and